up, guys? It's your boy Kara1, and today I am back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys about the time that I broke my arm, which was a really unfortunate period of time in my life because it didn't necessarily hurt, rather than the fact that I was scared. Okay, so I was maybe about 4 or 5, or yeah, it's about 4 or 5 or 6 years old. I was hanging out at my older brother's friend's house. He had a little brother that I was friends with. And so we got on the trampoline. It had recently just stopped raining, and and the sun was out, so it was dried up a little bit. So we were jumping on the trampoline, just having some fun. And good old young JM decided to play hot potato. So we put a bunch of our shoes and like 3 or 4 balls on the trampoline, so we could play hot potato. And essentially the game was to not let the objects touch you. So then after that whole extravaganza, a lot of the objects fell off, and we decided to start over and do another round. So before the round started, we forgot 1 ball, and my brother asked me. He was like, "Could you go get that?" And when I did it, his trampoline was huge, keep in mind. So I run to the other side, and when I go to jump off, what happened was my feet slipped forward. Both of my feet slipped forward, and I went about 2 feet in the air off from the trampoline, and did like 1 backflip, and I went, well, more like a half a backflip, and landed upside down. Basically, well, I kind of like froze in the air and landed upside down. Well, when that happened, I was looking straight at the ground, and as I was falling, the only thing that was sticking out was my arms. So as I fell, I just I fell arms first. So I didn't think anything of it until I got up, and I looked at my arm. I was like, "What the?" And my older brother was kind of the first one who noticed it. He was like, "Oh my god!" And so when that happened, I looked at my arm, and I was like, "What?" It didn't really hurt. And my brother started freaking out. Keep in mind, my brother was like, me and my brother are 4 years apart, so I was like 4 or 6. So I was like 4 or 5 or 6. So my brother was about a good like 10, 11 or 12, 9, 10 or 11. And so my brother picked me up and like picked me up and like kind of dragged me. Like I was kind of walking. He kind of had me in like a chicken wing and was like kind of walking me, but I didn't walk because I didn't feel like walking because my arm was broken. He was freaking out. My brother was like crying and crap. So then afterwards, I get to my house. When we got to my house, they kind of laid me down in the living room floor. And when that happened, my dad, he got a Ziploc bag full of ice, and my arm was laying out. I was kind of like laying out like I was making a snow angel, and my arm was like in an S shape. So my dad like put the ice on my arm. My uncle, he was with us that day, so he was like, "What happened?" Told him the story, what happened, and he was like, "Geez." And at the time, my mom had the car. She wasn't there. She had the car, and my uncle's girlfriend was she had the car too, so we didn't have a car. So we had to run to the store. So he had to run to we told him to run to the neighbors and get them to call the ambulance. I mean, essentially we could have done it, but at the time we were freaking out, so we weren't thinking about what we could have done. And so when that happened, he ran all the way down my uncle was pretty fast. He ran all the way down the road to the store and called the ambulance. Keep in mind, we told him to go to the neighbors. He wasn't paying attention. I guess it was because all in the heat of the moment, he was freaking out and all. And so after that happened, my mom got back, and he was And he was back. So we were like, where'd you go? What took you so long? He was like, I ran to the store. We were like, no, we told you to go to the neighbors. And he was like, what? So then, yeah. So then my mom got home. We canceled the ride, which I wish we didn't cancel the ambulance ride, because whenever they were driving me to the hospital, I swear to you, the traffic was so horrible. So it took us about a good 30 minutes to freaking get to the hospital. And when we got there, the doctor was like, so what happened, son? Told him the story. He looked at me kind of crazy. I was like, yep, true story. And I had the cast on for maybe like 2, 3, maybe 4 months. I don't really remember. And true story, I never went to the hospital to actually get my cast removed. My dad actually removed it at home, because that was the same day we had to get it removed. But my mom had the car once again, and so we just removed it at my house. I just set my arm in some hot water. I set my arm in some hot water in a bathtub, so all the dead skin could, you know, fall off. And I was back to normal. So, in the end, everyone lived happily ever after. I don't know why I said happily ever after, but, yeah. If you guys, enjoyed this video, leave this video a big thumbs up. Make sure to leave a comment. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. My name's Karawan, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.